We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hey.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today, Jill and I talk about, well, we're going to introduce the Land Academy garage sale.
I love it.
So do I, and it was a smash hit. A lot of stuff we do, a lot of these sub-products and products that we do just don't catch on.
Yep.
We are in beta right here on this thing, and it really, really works. It's our way of internally auctioning off property that, you know, every land investor has a bunch of stuff, a bunch of pieces of property laying around that for whatever reason are accumulating taxes. They haven't gotten sold. They just fell through the cracks. You know, and I have properties since 25 years ago that we still have. And so it's a $1 no reserve auction. We're just auctioning it off internally within the Land Academy group.
We've long written it off, and our loss is your gain.
Yeah. And it's a blast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, people are stealing property, and we're happy with it.
We'll explain more in a minute.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And don't forget to subscribe on the Land Academy YouTube channel and comment on the shows you like.
Jake wrote, this might be a fairly obvious do not do this, but does anybody know about the legality of using pictures of another lot that is essentially the same in every aspect as yours from the internet to help market your own property online? Oh, I have a lot to say about this.
Go ahead.
Well,
so do I.
Because we have personally taken as a Land Academy member, you may or may not know this, you have access to a library of photos in several areas that we took and made available to you when we launched the original Cash Flow from Land program. We gave these photos, we took them, you took them, and back then you or our engineering people took these photos. And so they're ours. It's not like it's proprietary, we stole them or anything. No, they're ours. And we have given permission freely to use them. So the point, though, is we want to make sure you have to properly say that these are of the area, because, you know, it doesn't happen so much anymore. But sometimes you have properties in a subdivision or certain area. Maybe you own 4, 5, 10. I don't know. You don't need to send the same guy out there 10 times. But you can, you know, especially now with Google Maps and Google Earth and things, people can really look in and see that property really with detail. And back then we couldn't. So I have no trouble with this as long as you're not stealing it. A, don't do that. Like you're not getting it off Canva or something like that. And then B, you let them know that maybe you took this is a lot next door. I visited it last week. You know, you can see it over here. You may or may not, you don't agree with me?
No, I'm just waiting, actually.
I can't tell if you agree or not. So anyway, you just properly say it's of the area.
I would tell you if I don't agree with you, Jill.
Okay.
Now and forever.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you would. Don't worry about that. You know what toes you're stepping on. If you think there's any legal issue, then definitely don't do it. But if someone says, sure, use this, it's fine. And you know, in the email or whatever, yeah, go.
I have one word for you. And if you're a note taker, or you're actually listening to the show, or if you're cooking dinner and you're listening to it, please listen to this. Please remember this for your entire real estate career. What matters is one word: disclosure. Mm-hmm. You can take a picture of the Empire State Building, and if you have a property for sale in Utah, and you put it in the caption, this property has nothing to do with the property that I'm selling. Or if you say, if you're fleeing New York, come to Nevada, and there's a picture of the Empire State Building, as long as you disclose it, you can do anything you want. You know, as long as you disclose you're a real estate agent, then you can buy and sell land. But if you don't do that, there's a lot of problems. You can buy an entire subdivision, and as long as you disclose everything that you know about the property, you're going to be, in general, I'm not giving you legal advice here. In general, you're going to be okay. Does that mean lie? No, not at all. It means disclose it. Here's a picture of a property that's in the area of, I think Jill just explained it all. Mm-hmm. And so, no, you're fine. You just need to not lie or deceive.
Part B is you want to be real careful. And like what Stephen's saying, you want to make sure that everybody really knows that and understands that, because if you don't, and they go stand on it, and it's not at all like your pictures convey,
that's not good.
Here comes a refund. You got unhappy people.
All kinds of stuff.
So that's part B. That's why just common sense. Make sure everybody knows. Now, you know that those trees are different than the trees on this one, but they're right down the road. Yep, got it.
There's a difference between buying a piece of property, taking some pictures of it or surrounding area pictures, and making those pictures look as good as they possibly can. Like most women do on a Saturday night date. They package themselves up. So you can't,
Here it comes.
So it's like, is that really even her? But because they're going to package themselves up to look as great as they can. And just like, so there's nothing wrong with that. As long as there's full disclosure about what's going on. This is not my regular Tuesday look.
What the heck? Men, what are you talking about, men? Do you know there's hair plugs and things like that? Let's talk, shall we? What if this wasn't your hair and you're wearing a rug? Come on.
It's my hair.
Oh, I know that. But
See,
it's not just women. Can we just say people?
Can we say
people?
Just, sure.
Okay. Thank you. Now I'm happy.
So there's a difference between making an asset look as great as possible through things like, oh, let's lighten up the sky. It was a dreary day when they went out with the drone shots. We can use some software to make it look like a better day. We can disclose this is a neighbor's property. This isn't the real property. Very often what you see is this is a cabin down the street or down the road from this property, which I think is really confusing because everybody starts buying it because they think that the cabin's on there. Well, there's a difference between that, which I think is pretty healthy and intelligent from a marketing standpoint, and lying.
Right.
And saying this is the property, and then you get there and it looks nothing like it.
That's
some stock photo on Google that you shouldn't be using anyway. Right.
Well, you see it now most often. I'll end it on this. You see it most often online when you're looking at houses. Now you can, some good ones you can't tell, but some you can tell. Like it looks like the home is staged. There's no furniture in there. So if you really look at a big, you're like, oh, the house is actually empty. They staged it on a computer for the photographs.
Yeah.
So you can go in and so you'll go look at the house, which I actually think that's brilliant too. I'm like, good for them, because we all want to see what's possible. So it's good.
Today's topic, introducing Land Academy garage sale. This is why you're listening. Go ahead. I have a lot to say. Okay. So this is a great idea. We've always, over the years, actually it's kind of how Land Academy started. Land Academy started because as our wholesale priced, not wholesale, but how we would sell property, just priced so hot, so well, those buyers kind of became students. And then it became to the point where there's so many people I'm trying to teach how to buy property like we do. We turned it into Land Academy. That's kind of the thing going on there. So I've always sold property to whoever wants to buy it at a great price. I used to have a spreadsheet I'd send out. I mean, before Land Academy, that was our thing. I had a platinum buyers list. I still do. There's all kinds of ways that we take in property and we sell it. We never have to take pictures or post it or do anything. It's awesome. But what has happened, we've been doing this for decades. You multiple decades, me 1 decade. Partially because I'm behind you and partially because I'm younger. So I'm going to do a whole presentation later on.
Oh, great.
On generations.
Here we go. But
you're going to crack up.
Okay. Anyway, we have collected property that we forgot about. And it was so sweet. Somebody put something in Discord the other day. I can't wait till I'm at the point where I forget about a property that I've got in my inventory. I'm like,
that's
and everybody said,
not far
just
off.
Hold on, it'll happen quicker than you think. So, and that's what's happened.
They did respond to that?
Yeah, somebody did.
So it's not just us.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. So anyway, we've got multiple properties. We're like, you know what? We need to get rid of these. And now it's to the point where we bought them long enough ago. It's like, it's great I'm not at that level and it takes so much work to get the pictures and post them for me. And I'm like, I have so many of them. We're like, you know what, let's just give them away, almost give them away. We're going to selling them in a garage sale. It is totally garage sale pricing. So what are we talking about? For our members inside, we use a Discord as an internal chat. In Discord, we have a little thread that's called a garage sale. And we started this about a week ago, and it's going smashingly. And it starts at $1. $1, no reserve. Here you go. Kind of like eBay, but it's no eBay fees, and it's our own little thing. And we put our own little deadline in there, and everybody just kind of bids away. And people are getting great properties at like, oh my gosh. I don't even care what we were spending. I'm happy to get them off my inventory.
Me too, Joe.
And I know that there's a lot of you are like high-fiving yourselves like, I just stole this. And I want you to.
It's a garage sale.
I'm happy. Well, you know what? You're members.
How great is it to go find something that you've been looking for? For me, it's old fishing equipment or something like that at a garage sale. There's a crate of it for $10, you know, and you've been looking for a few things in there for like 6 years. And if you try to buy it brand new, let's say on eBay, individually, it's $300-400. It's that feeling.
Or it doesn't exist.
Yeah, or it's out of, or, you know, Joe's right now buying
old books.
Buying books that have been out of print since, some of them in 60s and 70s, about people's old school entrepreneurial endeavors that have succeeded around Phoenix. And it's like, it's such a great feeling to even just be able to get it. Yeah,
I love buying used books.
Let alone, you know, at a great price. Yeah,
so we are happy to pay it forward and happy to get it. It needs to get back in circulation. You know what I kind of feel like? If it's like if you've ever bought property, like we bought property from different entities, like one of them is, let's just say, an HOA or even the county. When they take a property back, they're kind of sad. Nobody wanted it. But when someone comes along and buys it and they're going to breathe new life into it and they're going to get taxes for it, this is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
So I kind of feel like we're breathing new life into these properties. And I know that there's going to be some that it hasn't happened yet because it's just, I got the first deed to complete. But somebody's going to say, I just bought this for you guys for $450 and sold it for $4,000. I know it's going to happen and I'm waiting for it. And I'm happy for you.
We just moved from Los Angeles right on the beach to Phoenix. And I had a bunch of saltwater fishing gear. A lot of it's brand new. I mean, it's made for catching fish that are not in Arizona, big fish. So I posted it all and waited online and a guy eventually who goes down to Cabo San Lucas constantly, you know, came to pick it all up. And this is a grown man.
Like tears in his eyes.
Christmas. He's been looking for, especially right now, because you can't get a lot of this stuff because of the supply chain in the world. And so, and it was a very, very good price. Most of it was all brand new. And from the money that I made, I went and bought grossly overpaid for all this freshwater stuff that I want. It was the same situation. This guy moved from the Midwest and took up golf and he had all this equipment. And so it's that kind of thing. It's like we're passing it on. And I know that hopefully they're going to use the property or resell it for a lot more. Everybody wins situation. It's a true nonprofit, actually.
Totally. It's the opposite. What's the opposite? It's a true negative profit.
I mean, nonprofits should be, and a lot of them are not.
Yeah.
Everyone should feel great. You should donate your stuff or your money to it and feel great about that. The people that are getting it, the entity that's getting it should feel great about receiving it and then doling out whatever their mission is. What might be feeding people, educating people, worship, whatever. I don't care what it is, but everybody wins.
Exactly. Need to send out a few thousand offers to property owners like us? Check out offers and the number 2owners.com. So that's offers2owners.com. No setup fees, free mail merge, exceptional service, and now including just released for everyone, concierge data and pricing. It's awesome. Give Offers to Owners a call today. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week. You can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
She was done.
Yep.
She was done with this episode.
Totally.
Tomorrow, the episode on the House Academy Show is called Why We Have Not Missed Yet the Housing Boom. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
You know what's funny about that? I just had a lengthy conversation with an agent south of us yesterday. I thought she did land because I found her because she had some really great land postings, right? Good pictures, everything. So I tracked her down. It turns out she got stuck with a couple land postings. That's not her forte.
No, she's a land person.
She's not. She's still a housewife. I said, I finally had to go to like kind of reel her in and go, okay, so what is your niche here? She goes, residential. I'm like, that's what I just needed to know. We could have saved us. But then we launched into, everybody's opinion. And she even agrees that I don't think this is going away. I'm like, we're on the same page. She says, people keep telling me they think it's going to crash. She's like, and she's in it. She's been in it for decades in real estate. She actually reminds me of Hula. Good. And she's like, no, I don't think it's going to change. I said, awesome. Neither do we. So that was good.
We hear this whole title came from the fact that I just hear a lot of young people saying, well, that's it. I missed it. All the property went up. I'll never be a homeowner. Ha ha. That's hilarious.
Exactly. Thank you for tuning in. If you are a Land Academy member, like you heard me talking about Discord, make sure you're on it because it rocks. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.